I'm going to take you through some stretches now that you can do in a seated position that will both stretch through your upper body and also target some of the muscles in the legs as well. First thing you need to do is just come down to a seated cross-legged position, just gently tucking one foot under, just for whatever is comfortable in your body. The most important thing you need to do here is make sure that you maintain a good posture. So lift up nice and tall through the chest and engage your core muscles so your body weight is supported and you don't find that you're rounding off or slouching or anything like that. From here, you're seated up nice and tall. I like to think that I've got something tied to the top of my head, like a bit of string, so it lifts you up and pulls you up, and that will help to make sure that your spine is lengthened. From here, you take a deep breath in, just raise one arm, lift up a little bit taller, and then just gently come over to the side. This is going to help work all the way through the side of the body and through your lats as well. Once the tension eases off, see if you can go a little bit further, and then you just come back and change sides. So lifting up, big deep breath in, float over to the side. Now if you think about trying to push this opposite rib cage up and out as well, that'll just help to increase the range of movement that you can get from this stretch. And then you just float the arms back down. From here, I want you to bring both hands in front of you and then raise up, lift nice and tall, just to stretch all the way through the upper body. Try and avoid shrugging the shoulders here. Make sure the shoulder blades stay pulled down and relaxed. And then from here, just float the hands down in front of you, round off the shoulder blades, tuck your chin in, and that's going to help get into all the muscles across the back of the shoulder and the upper back. You can think that you're hugging a big beach ball or something, that'll help. And try and pull the arms forward to create resistance. And then from here, take the hands back behind you. For some of this might be enough to get a good stretch through the pecs, through the chest area. Otherwise, what you can do is take the hands back behind you, interlock the fingers, and then just gently pull the hands away from you and just pull back to stretch through your chest. Making sure that you keep your body upright the whole time and that you're relaxed. You let the hands fall down by the side. To stretch through the back of your arms, to stretch through your triceps, just bring one hand up, place the hand into the small of the back, and then just lift up nice and tall. Try and make sure that you're holding onto the arm, that you're not really pulling onto the elbow joint too hard. And then what you can do to increase this stretch is just try and walk the fingers down a little bit further down the middle part of your back. Remembering those deep breaths in. Holding it there just for about 10 to 15 seconds and then release, and you can change and do the other side. If you're quite flexible, then what you can do is you can bring your other hand round from behind and then walk the fingers up so they actually meet each other, and then you can create a little bit of resistance to increase your flexibility just by pulling on the hand slightly, but not too much. And then once you're done, just untangle the arms, relax them back down by the side. So from here, you're just going to bring one arm up across the body just to help stretch through your shoulder. What's important with this stretch is that your arm isn't up beneath the chin. Keep it down nice and low and just hold on to the meaty part of the arm rather than the actual elbow joint. And what you're looking to do is just hug the arm in towards you and pull it across your body. Now that's going to be a nice stretch that gets all the way through the back of the shoulder. And we're going to change sides. If you're looking for a little bit more from this stretch, what you can do is push back on the hand just to create a little bit of tension, just for a second, and then you relax and you'll find that you can get a little bit more out of that stretch. Excellent. So that's the upper body done just for now. What we're going to do now is look to stretch through the inner part of the thigh. So you've got two options with this stretch. One, you can either place the soles of your feet together. It's important to make sure that you stay on your sitting bones, and then you can just gently hold onto your feet, and then you just naturally let the knees fall out to the side. Gravity will do enough work to try and increase your flexibility. If you're looking for a little bit more from the stretch, you can bring the feet closer to you and then just try and gently Draw the knees down to the floor. Trying to make sure there's not too much tension through your holding on. You're just holding on for balance, okay? Remembering not to fight with any of the stretches. Deep breath in as you breathe out to see if you can naturally push the legs down a little bit more. Once more, the range of movement that you can go to in this stretch obviously will depend on each individual. So try not to overstretch or push yourself into a position that doesn't feel comfortable. That's one option to do your inner thigh. Alternatively, if you prefer, you can just take your legs out as far as comfortable. Make sure, again, you're seated up nice and tall. Now, once again, it doesn't matter how far apart you can get your legs, it's just important that you are comfortable in your own body. The stretch comes by bringing your upper body forward whilst maintaining a nice flat back. So from here, you take a deep breath in and then just gently walk the hands forward, coming down to where it is comfortable. If you focus on thinking about bringing the chest forward to the ground rather than curling down, then that'll make sure that you're able to maintain a nice flat back. Just come down as far as is comfortable in your own body. That might be on your hands, it might be down onto your forearms. If you're very flexible, you might find that you can get your whole body down onto the floor. If anyone's ever seen a dancer stretch, then you'll know exactly what I mean. Once more, you just go to that point of tension, hold it there for a few seconds, breathe in, and then as you breathe out, see if you can go a little bit further into that stretch. From here, I'm just going to show you a hamstring stretch. So your legs are just out in front of you. Most important thing you need to do here once more is make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. For some people, it might be that this position is enough for you to stretch. You might find that you need to just support your body weight just to maintain correct posture. You're looking to pull the toes up, push through the heels so your legs stay nice and straight and the knee joint is straight and the back of the knee as close to the floor as possible. If you want a little bit more from this stretch, take a deep breath in, walk the hands forward. Just hinging at the hip joint. Once more, it's all about trying to bring the chest down to the feet rather than the nose down to the knee. That'll maintain a nice flat back for you. If you're able to, you can walk the hands down to the ankles. If you want a little bit more, bring the hands down onto the feet and then you can just drop the head down, staying relaxed. And then when you're ready, just gently walk the hands back up. I want you to take one foot now over the opposite leg and just hug that in towards you. Now what you're looking to do here is get the elbow onto the back of the knee and then you're just going to lift and twist through the torso. It's going to give you a nice stretch all the way through the body and through the side of the hip. Once more, it's important with this that your spine stays as straight as possible and you stay seated up nice and tall. So you hug that knee in, lift up. For some of you, this might be enough, just to get the stretch through the side of the hip, or if you want a little bit more, place the elbow on and then just twist. And then you can just come back to a seated position, either here or here. So those are the stretches that you can do in a seated position. You can find other videos by clicking related media that will teach you alternative options and different stretch sequences.